Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. With patch 7.4 being 8 days away, I want to go over everything that you guys need to know in order to prepare for patch 7.4. This is the last week to do it, so if there's anything that you guys haven't done yet, hopefully this will be a friendly reminder on what to do. So the only mandatory thing you have to do is the main story quest. Alright, so the next thing I'm doing is make sure that your tomestones are capped out. It's probably too late for you to get 2000 mathematics, but try to get as much as you can before next Monday, because you have at least half a day to play before the maintenance takes over, so there's no 24-hour this time. Heliometry, you need as many as possible because you're going to be trading those in for mathematics. And if you have any aesthetics left over, if you're a returning player, make sure you trade those in Mordona, otherwise you lose them completely. The other thing is bodycolor gemstones. We have no idea what's going to be added to the vendors, but you most likely are going to want these to get materials, which is basically the level 98 ones, to prepare for the next set of battle gear, which is going to be in 7.4. And we kind of have an idea of what they're going to look like. Okay, so make sure those are capped out if you can. When it comes to the sacks of nuts, whatever the heliometry gear is going to be traded in for nuts coming next patch. And so if you guys want to catch up, might have some sacks of nuts on hand to make sure you get some of that gear so you actually can do the next dungeon that comes out. Now for your crafters and gatherers, you want to make sure that you are capped out on your orange scripts for crafters so you guys can get the new materials for the new food for raiders coming out in 7.4. As for gatherers, you probably want this to get some aethersand sand, so make sure you have the scripts for orange on gatherers all taken care of as well. And then, as I mentioned before, make sure you have the level 98 materials high quality ready for the new battle gear to be crafted. If you don't, now is the time to start making these high quality. Okay? So make sure that all level 98 materials are ready and set to go. Also, make sure that you have level 100 collectibles on hand to turn in for more orange scripts to sell the food materials. Because Savage comes out in January, you probably won't get as many sales, but as time goes on, people will start buying them to prepare for it. So it's probably better off holding everything and waiting for the Savage patch to come around before we start selling anything. But we all know that most people like to buy everything ahead of time, so maybe not. We'll see how the market board plays out when 7.4 comes out. Now for those of you who are reaching level 100 and need something to catch up on, this script set is going to be for you. There's going to be new ones. So right now we have 720, the new set will be 750. Yes, it's going to be on par with the crescent set. Unfortunately, you only can meld the blue slots, but not the red. So this is going to be main and offhand, new accessories, and then new left side. If you want the crescent set, you're probably going to have to buy this off the market board. It's probably pretty cheap right now, but if you need a good way to make gil, my personal favorite is to the duck bones through the Grand Company. So this is what I have so far. For my Iron Man challenge, for those of you who want to know how I'm doing pretty well so far. Okay, so if you want to do the crested way, just buy off the market board with the duck bone method. I have plenty of videos on how to do that, just check out the playlist. Otherwise, you're going to use your custom deliveries to get orange scripts to get the new gear in 7.4. Besides the level 98 materials, you want to make sure you have the reagents for the gem saps, which should be getting grade 4 this time. So the wind parsley, the chamomile, eucalyptus, pearlgrass, levinchrome, aethersand, condensed solution, and then the windsbalm bay leaf are going to be for the grade 4 gem saps. The sanctified water high quality for the gem drafts, since that's the only high quality material that most likely will be reused, since currently the grade 3 are required with the sanctified water. There will be a new gatherable item for the grade 4 gem drafts, so we can't really prepare for that yet. And of course the levinchrome will be used for the drafts again. So it will be replacing the sun gilt aethersand. So that's why these reagents are going to be good for the drafts as well as the saps. So they're going to be made in threes just like before, hopefully. So before I forget, make sure you grab book number 12 and 11 for crafters if you're brand new, because you're going to need book number 12, all the new stuff. And for you gatherers, if you have not done this, make sure you grab the regional folklore books for Alexandria, Shaktural, and Yaktural. For both botanist and miner first, and then worry about fisher last. For your battle jobs, we're getting the new Arcadian raid which is going to be the heavyweight division, so make sure you do the light heavyweight and cruiserweight first to access the heavyweight division. Like I said, Savage is going to be delayed until January 6th, so you have plenty of time to prepare for that, as well as getting some gear from the old raids if you're trying to catch up. Since the loot is unrestricted, you can get as many pieces of loot as humanly possible, and I cannot wait for the new song Everything Burns, because that song is a banger. Now this is not coming out until 7.41, which is probably going to be sometime in January, a month after the patch releases. But make sure that you have your crafter and gatherer relics taken care of if you're going for them. Okay, these relics are going to be on par with the current crested ones. They're going to be upgraded to 760 in the next patch, which is unfortunately probably not going to increase the stats higher than the crested set, because this is unprecedented territory that they're going with, making the relics stronger. They're most likely just going to be a buff to your lunar and Fania credits, but we might get an increase to stats, we don't know. But make sure that you have your stellar tools taken care of. I believe you do need to cap out your data before we go to Oasis, the new planet in 7.41, which means they have to get all red. I think some people said that they couldn't continue the relics because the data wasn't capped out, so make sure everything is all red. If you don't want these relics, then you don't have to worry about them. You can still participate in the Oasis restoration of the planet without it. You just need to make sure that you are, properly geared to do those missions. So this is something you can do, something you don't have to do if you don't want to, but I thought I'd put this in there just in case. Next is PvP. If you have not done your Milestone series, you still have plenty of time to get it by next Monday. If you're way behind, try to get as many as you can. By level 25, you get the Air Cell attire. 15 and 16, you get the minions from Rival Wings. At level 5, you get the Penny emote, and 10 and 20, you have the Framers kits for Hidden Gorge and Borderlands. This will come back as trophy crystal rewards in the future, so if you don't get them, don't worry, they will be back as soon as possible. Alright, so make sure that is done by next Monday if you care about it. Next, and this is a gigantic speculation, Barbarisha Glamour Weapons is most likely to be next in line, since Heidelin was the last ones, I believe. Okay, if it is going to be the Warrior of Light, that means the Warrior of Light is not going to be the next ultimate. But if it's Barbarisha, then most likely the Warrior of Light is going to be the next ultimate, and then when that happens, then the Warrior of Light Glamour Weapons will most likely be next. So the pearls right now are going for like 200 something thousand on my server, so most likely you're not going to be buying them off the market board, but if you can get your hands on some of these through the fight itself, unsynced, it's probably a good investment for that. Otherwise, it's all speculation at this point. The next thing I want to bring to your attention is the Wandering Moogle. This is going to give you your free Fantasia from the last graphical update that they made when the last patch was up. So this is going to go away in 7.4, so make sure that you grab your free Fantasia now, just in case you want to re-roll your character. Okay, so I just grabbed mine here. I'm probably not going to use it because I already used my last one that they gave me to switch from the Phase 4 to Phase 1 of Al-Ra. But if you guys want the free Fantasia, do it now before it goes away in patch 7.4. And the last thing, make sure you have stocked up on your clusters and crystals for crafting, just in case you ran out from the previous patch. Also, I'll make sure to copy and paste the culinarian materials that I think will be used in the new food come patch 7.4, even though that's all speculation. There was a pattern that I saw that will most likely help us determine what is going to be used, so I'll make sure to copy and paste that into the description down below. Other than that, guys, that is everything that you'll need to know as a recap of what to prepare for patch 7.4 coming out next week on December 16th. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content, and I will see you guys in the next one. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And an extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, if you ever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging